So 3 quick ways to know right off the bat, if you're looking through the diet books in the store or your clients, whatever, make sure that they always look for these things. Number 1 is if it doesn't allow them to eat foods that they love. If you're looking to try something and it removes everything that you ever love in life from it, then you're not going to be able to keep it up. So right off the bat, then your client knows, or you know, that is not going to be a sustainable weight loss plan. And remember, weight loss is not the issue. Weight management is keeping the weight off once it's gone, especially the fat is key. So it needs to be something that you can stick to. So make sure that it allows you to eat foods that you love. If it does not, then you will not be able to be consistent with it, meaning even if you do lose the weight, you will not be able to keep it off because you're going to add back in the other stuff afterwards. Number 2 is, does it allow you to be flexible? So maybe even if it does like cut back on certain things, or it's reducing things that maybe you do truly want to reduce, or you're eating less of certain things, is there a flexibility aspect to it? If you go off track, is it just like over? Like it should not be all or nothing. So if the diet does not allow you to be flexible, if it doesn't allow you to eat cake at your son's birthday, or have that glass of wine when you're out with your husband, or, eat something that maybe you're not eating all the time, but you're going out for a special occasion, like you should not feel like, oh, well, I blew my diet. If that's the case, then whatever you're doing is probably not sustainable. So if you have to have cheat days, or you have to have these days where you're allowed to just like go off the rails, then maybe you need to be rethinking it. Or especially if you don't have that built in and you're going off the rails anyway. So if you're Monday through Friday, you're like perfection with your diet, and then Saturday and Sunday you're like binging enough that it completely outweighs what you did Monday through Friday, then it was pointless. You would have been better off having some type of treat like every day, like small amounts of the treats, rather than going crazy on the final day. A lot of times we're dieting and we don't realize that that's what's creating the binges. Restriction usually begets binging. People don't realize it, and then you just end up in this nasty cycle because you feel so bad that you binge, that then you start your diet Monday again and you're super strict again, and you can only hold out for so long. So, which goes right back to number 1, that if you're not eating the foods you love, then you know right off the bat it's not sustainable. If it's not flexible, then it's not sustainable. The third tip is, if it promises you a certain amount of weight loss, like that's not individual to you. So anything that's like 10 pounds in 10 days, or lose 30 pounds in this amount of time, or if it's telling you that you're going to lose a certain amount of weight within a certain amount of time, those are not individual results, meaning that is not realistic. Something is going to happen either in your brain or with the person that you're working with that's going to try to force something that may be unnatural to happen within a certain amount of time. No one can guarantee you any amount of weight loss in a certain amount of time. So when you're trying something and it's like that, when it's telling you there's a certain amount, which typically if you read the fine print, they're going to say like results not typical, or lose up to certain amounts. And that's part of the reason why they do that, because your dieting results are always going to need to have some type of individualism into it, because one person may start losing weight right away. Maybe if you're a newbie dieter, you may actually lose all the weight quickly. But if you're someone who's dieted over and over and over and over, then it may take you a long time before you get back to. So if it's not allowing you to eat the foods that you love, if it's not flexible enough that, so you feel like it has to be all or nothing, like you're going off your diet, then sometimes that's not working either. If it's guaranteeing you a certain amount of weight loss, if there's no individuality variables worked into the plan. So you need to know that the diet that allows you to be consistent is always the diet that wins, period. Because the perfect diet that you like do halfway is never going to outweigh the imperfect diet that you do consistently. So you want to find something that you can do consistently, even if it just means that you're just taking baby steps, even if it means like, okay, so I'm going to add in a few more servings of vegetables, and I'm just going to only do that until it is an actual habit. And once it's a habit, then you add on the next thing. So whatever it is, make sure that the lifestyle that you're choosing, when you're flipping through the books, when you're looking through the internet, when somebody's telling you like, oh, I tried this newest thing, bring up those 3, and if any of them come in, then it's red flag. Set it to the side, or find some way to add those to it. Find some way to make it more flexible, to make it include the things that you love, and to make sure that you're not like on again, off again. The whole point of it all is don't focus so much on weight loss. Focus on maintaining the weight loss, because there are 105 things that you can do to get the weight off. You can like chop off a limb and lose weight, but that does not mean that it is healthy for you. So losing weight is not the issue. The point is that you need to be able to keep it off. So you have to find something that you can do consistently. It has to be flexible. It has to include the foods that you love. I know that's so hard. Like, we think we need to punish ourselves to lose fat. You don't. Include the foods that you love, stay flexible, and don't fall for anything that's telling you that you're going to lose a set amount of weight at a set amount of time, because it's bull.